All right, welcome back. I am the Film Hack Dude, and this is Quick Shots. So, Swamp Thing. So, Swamp Thing had a strange release. It was released on the DC Universe, along with Titans and Doom Patrol, and it looked really good. I saw a couple trailers, and I was like, hey, maybe they did it right this time. And right after the first episode aired, they decided they would cancel the series. And then they announced that they were canceling the series, like right away. So I thought that was stupid. I didn't have DC Universe, so I wasn't able to watch Swamp Thing until recently. They put it on the CW, so I've been watching that each week, and I just finished up with it. And I thought it was pretty good. It definitely felt a little dragged out. I was hoping for more Swamp Thing action. The action that we did get from him, I thought, was good. I really liked the kind of the somber, kind of sensitive side of Swamp Thing. I think they nailed that. So I did like that about the show. It had a good look. It had a good vibe. Most of the performances were good. I think clearly, like, the actors and actresses who've been in movies before, more the veteran cast members, I thought did a good job. Some of the younger cast members, not so much. There were definite elements of the CW in the show. Characters that just didn't feel necessary, and locations that they would constantly always go to just because they had to be somewhere. It made the town feel really small in a bad way. I would have liked to see more downtown stuff rather than just this one location and then this other location. But yeah, some episodes are better than others. Thought Derek Mears did a great job as Swamp Thing. Like I said, I would have liked to see maybe more action from him. It's unfortunate that it ended like it did. It ended kind of on a cliffhanger with one of the villain characters basically becoming a monster like Swamp Thing. And but it was interesting to see him discover, so spoiler warning, it was interesting to see Alec Holland try to regain his humanity, but then only to realize by the end that he's not a man who is becoming a plant. He's a plant who thinks he's a man. So he has Alec Holland's essence and his life force, but he finds his body in the swamp and realizes that he is actually just made up of the swamp, and he has absorbed Alec Holland's mind and his I don't know, maybe his soul. They never really. The one thing about the show is it seems like a lot of it really revolves around the swamp, and they talk about this darkness that's in the swamp. And is it something that was always there? Is it something that these chemicals that were being dumped, or this mutagen stuff that was being dumped in the swamp, did that cause it? Because sometimes it feels like the show is alluding to it was the pollution or the contamination of the swamp that made this happen. But then sometimes they're like, this darkness, this power has always been here. And there are other supernatural elements of the show. One revolving around Blue Devil, whose arc never really resolves. I guess it kind of does. He's what's his name? Ian Ziering played that dude in 90210. He's in all the Sharknado movies. He plays Blue Devil, and he's basically an actor who plays Blue Devil in a film or in several films. But he's trapped in this town, and there's some kind of force holding him in. Now this is just completely separate from the chemicals. So it seems like that there's something about this town. There's a dark magic or voodoo or something. So the chemicals are just they're like a side thing. So there was always something dark in this swamp, some kind of dark magic or power. But they never really make that clear. Maybe they maybe they plan to expand upon that in season 2. Because I remember in the classic Swamp Thing, it was always Alec Holland, mixing with the chemicals in the swamp and the fire, and it all mixing together, and it turns him into Swamp Thing. But clearly here there is something more mystical going on. Unfortunately, maybe doesn't look like we'll get to. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like we'll get to find out because the show got canceled. Maybe HBO Max will bring it back, but if it does well in the CW and the ratings are good enough, maybe they'll bring it back. But I haven't heard anything about that, so probably not. Anyway, I would give Swamp Thing a B-. Decent show, a little too much like the CW. Decent show. They nailed a lot of things, but then a lot of it was kind of CW feeling. And if they dialed that back a little and leaned heavier into the comic side of things, I think it'd be better. Yeah, hopefully we get a season 2 of that. Anyway, this is the Film Hack Dude. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I'm the Film Hack Dude, and this has been Quick Shots. See you next time.